Hello, faithful YouTube viewers, and welcome back to Game 4 here. I had to recast this game, and I'm tired. I've got to go to work after this, too. Ugh. Or back to work, I should say. I had meetings all morning, and anyways, I'm going to get the game started because I'm a rambler. So, Game 4 here in the show match between Mouse Sports Morrow, spawning as the green Terran in the top right-hand corner, up against, MYM Naniwa. I keep wanting to say Razor because it's just like bold. It's like, ha! Razor! Razor! But anyways. He's going to be spawning as the red Protoss here in the bottom left-hand corner, and this is going to be on Steps of Whore. Whore. Yep, like Cool Whip. And Will Wheaton. But anyways. Naniwa is down 2-1 right now. So he's looking to pull himself out of the slump here in Game 4 and tie the series up. If he can, that'll be fantastic. And yeah, big shout out here to StarCraftSource.com. Check them out. They are the sponsor here for the King of the Hill number 3, Naniwa versus Morrow. And check them out. And big shout out once again. I know this is a VOD, but the game was streamed to 4,200 live viewers. So thanks to glhf.tv for streaming that. And bigger thanks to Martine in particular, as he stuck around and pissed off his girlfriend and streamed it for us. Yeah, so yeah, Naniwa here going to be spawning as the red Protoss in the bottom corner on Steps of War. Such a really short rust distance. I do expect him to go for some kind of early aggression, either a 4-gate or a 1-gate robo, or just something to put some pressure in on Morrow. He might choose to fast expand. That is kind of been one of Morrow's favorite builds lately, as a 1 barracks fast expand, or even 2 barracks fast expand. But Nani's probe is just getting in the base here to cause some harassment on this SCV, but it's not going to be early enough. You need to scout or use your pylon probe if you want to get a kill off on this SCV, or even kill off one of the weaker SCVs when they get retreated or regurgitated back into the mineral line. But Orbital Command coming up and a Tech Lab, so we're not going to see any early factory play because they're spending that gas on your Tech Lab. You just do not have the gas to put down a factory. So I expect either a second barracks or a command center to come up. Of course, the Marauder is the first on the way. Normally it's a Marine to chase this probe out, but the Marauder can do just as good of a job. It takes a few seconds longer to kill him, but it can do the trick. And likewise, an SCV here going to be running into Nani's base, Naniwa's base, and going to be finding just the standard gateway, pylon, gateway gas, pylon cyber. And you might be like, SchickySC, where's that pylon? Well, he's got 2 pylons. He's got one down here and one way up here. Once again, I've stated this before, but probably for hiding technology. And important to note, if we look at the SCV, he has not seen either of those pylons. So he's probably thinking like, oh, is there a pylon? There must be some early aggression coming up. Maybe a forward pylon. I better look. Oh no, a second gas. That means there's going to be a robotics facility or 4 gateways with stalkers. But anyways, off his cam. And it looks like there's going to be a second gateway. And once that SCV is dead, which it is, poor little mechanical, biological guy. Like I said, some kind of halvesy just got killed. How can you be biological and mechanical? I don't know. It's like a cross between Wally and a Marine. But wow, ballsy move here by Morrow, actually getting his not his natural expansion, but his first expansion up at the gold. So this is going to do a couple things. It's going to force Morrow to rely on more of a bio-heavy army for a little bit longer than he may want to. Although, come on, it's Morrow. He wants to go bio and wants to produce medevacs for dropping. So, of course, and the reason I say that is because it's so far away from your main base, you have to have a mobile army. If you have mech and you want to go all the way around, you can't. I mean, mech cannot reinforce when it's got to go all the way up. So, I mean, you could do a drop up here and then do harassment over here. It's just so effective. Morrow wants to put some pressure on with 4 Marauders, but I don't think it's going to be enough. There's 2 Stalkers, a Sentry with Force Field left, and a Zealot. And the Zealot, I believe, did see that those Marauders walk by, so he knows it's there. He's ready to force field if he has to. He's warping in a couple more Zealots, and now his robotics facility is just finishing, and he's also got a gateway on the way, 3rd gateway on the way as well. So a little bit peculiar. Even though he's seen those Marauders at his front door, he didn't decide to go for an Immortal right away. He still went for that Observer. That's a very somewhat risky yet safe play, if that makes sense at all. Like, yes, it's safe in the fact that you're going to be able to see what's in the Terran's base for a little bit longer. I mean, we all know that these 4 Marauders, or well, 6 Marauders now, could be a diversion to go to Banshees or to go to, you know, Thors or a quick Thor drop or something. But the Observer is out. Scan comes down. That's kind of a waste of a scan. If you're not going to push up, you really don't want to scan. But I know everyone's going to say, oh, well, he scanned to see what was up there. But at that general timing, you should know whether you can afford to do that push or whether you can risk to do that push. And he probably wanted to, but he was forced to back away. And those little buggers just killed that little Ursidon calf. I think they're Ursidon calves. I think there's another one up here somewhere. I don't know. But there's an engagement. Zealots are going to get focused down a little bit. Despite Chrono boosting that first Observer out, he did get an Immortal out fairly quickly. And wow, the Immortals just rip apart these Marauders. They die so fast. Force Field's now working against him as it's stopping him from moving in on these Marauders. Marauders and Marines already have stim. It just wore off, but there's no medevacs on the field. There's not even a factory. Risky play here. Stimming your units without a factory and without a starport for medevacs can, like I said, be very risky. So really no safe play here done by Morrow. The safe play would have been to take this natural expansion and not really turtle, but defend yourself a little bit. Get your army up, tech up to medevacs, get some Vikings out. If he's going to be relying on Immortals, you could get some Ghosts out. And it looks like he is going to be relying on Immortals. He's got 2 out now, and the 3rd is on the way. It's about 70% of the way done. And yeah, Razor Nani wants to push up, and I keep saying Razor because it's like Razor, but it's not. It's like Razor. Anyways, big engagement here, and Morrow looks like he's going to clean up his army, but no, the Zealots here coming in from nowhere. It seems like they a couple were focused down, but the rest were on. My cat's clawing at me. Go away, cat. But the Marauders here are going to get cleaned up. This Immortal just does too much damage to them. And yeah, these Sentries and Immortals and Zealots are going to be able to push up. Because of this Observer up here, he's going to be able to snipe off pretty much anything. There's going to be nothing that can catch him off guard. He's going to see all these SCVs incoming. There they come. He's probably going to now throw down a couple force fields. But no, he just throws up the Guardian Shield because he knows the SCVs can't do enough damage to really cause him a problem. But the Marauders now are just so ineffective against Zealots, taking only 8 damage, or sorry, 7 damage instead of 10 or 20 versus the Armored. So if the Marauders were focusing down the Stalkers or the Immortals, he might have been okay, but he just did not have the army composition or the units to really defend against that. I don't even think Nani knew about that expansion. He did not, but Morrow does GHG, which is a moderation of GG, which is like, yeah, I got nothing. But that ties the series up 2-2, and we are going on to Game 5. Stay tuned, folks.